Hello. Well, this is the beginning of the second session on the simple present. We started our first session yesterday, and we said it was a little bit too much for a first session on this important structure. So today we will continue. And let's share this screen. Wait a moment. Yes, let's begin with this one. Yes, here we are. Okay, so let's begin with this chart. If you remember correctly, while I was describing the routine of that businessman that we described yesterday, I think that was Peter, and we said that Peter is a businessman who wakes up very early in the morning and he eats breakfast after he wakes up. So we are emphasizing this. We are saying he reads. We don't say he read, we say he reads. We say she reads or she gets up. So the ordinary verb is read, read a letter, read a book, get up, that is the verb. But when we mention that there is a third person, a he or a she that performs the action, we don't simply say he read, we have to say he reads. He gets up. He gets up. Jane in this case is a she, so we say she gets up. She plays. So that means that when we have the pronoun he, she, or it, if we pay attention to this pronoun, we also have the pronoun it, we have to add something to the principal verb of the sentence, and that something is the particle, the letter S. That happens in the affirmative mode. We don't add anything when we have an I as a pronoun, you, they, we. When I say they, I can say Mark and Jane, Peter and Mary, etc., etc. So with those pronouns, with a, you, they, we don't add anything to the verb. We only make that addition when we have these third person singular pronouns. And that is important. That is important at this stage. Let's do something else. Let's see if I can show you something else. Just give me a moment, please. Yes, here we are. This is exactly what I want you to see. We were talking about the affirmative form of the verb in the present simple. But, well, let's revise a little bit. When we have the verb work in the third person singular, we have works. When we have the verb swim in the third person singular, we have to say swims. So we say he swims, Peter swims, Jane swims, she swims, the dog swims, etc., etc. There is a little bit of a change to that rule, a little change, when the verbs finish in Y. For example, study, cry, try, spy, fly. in that case, that Y, this is the letter Y, that Y changes into the ordinary I, and then we add the particle es. So the study becomes studies in the third person singular, and the cry becomes cries in the third person singular, etc., etc., etc. But then we have other verbs. For example, go, for example, wash, watch, mix, kiss, and many other verbs with those similarities. So in these cases, the rule is not only to add the letter S, but also the E before the S. So the I go to the cinema every Saturday becomes a she goes to the cinema every Saturday, or he goes to the park when he finishes, another verb that could be written here, finish. Anyway, when he finishes his work at the office, he goes to the park. Well, so these are the basic things that happen when we are dealing with the third person singular in the simple present tense. I think that this is enough for a second session. I don't know what you think about it. Perhaps that's it for the moment. And maybe tomorrow we can add some more information. Well, we'll be in touch. So if you think that the lessons can go a little bit for a longer time, well, just let me know. I think that's it for the moment. Well, yes, that's it. So, cheers. Let's finish.